to Puglia. If you only have 1 week in this region in Italy, then this is your guide.
Now let's talk about the basics. Puglia, it's a great region to come and vacation. Another great region is Sicily, the island off the toe of Italy's boot. Well, Puglia is down in the heel of Italy's boot, this long region down there, and there are many great places to come and visit. For this vacation, we're in Cisternino, a little town that's near Ostuni. It's near Bari, it's near Brindisi. You can get flights to Bari and Brindisi. You can take a train down from Milan if you're already in Italy. But if you're not in Italy, I recommend a flight or a drive if you're gonna stay down here for a long time in Italy. Now that's what we did. We drove down here. We're staying in this great villa here, Villa Rodrigo. We found it from Relax Puglia. It's an agency that rents different villas in this area. The price I think we paid for 10 days is around 1,800 to 2,000 euro. It's a 2-bedroom place that we're staying in, and it has a kitchen. Of course, it has a pool. We've been enjoying this every day, and when we come back from the beach, we jump in the pool, cool off, and it has a lot of land out there, all these olive trees. We have tables everywhere for lunch. We can have dinner out here in the evening. Over there we have the barbecue. We have another table out that way, the veranda, the swimming pool. It's amazing. But today we're gonna head out of here and head to the beach. Now let's talk beaches, because in Puglia it's all about the coastline. You got the east coast out there on the Adriatic side, and you have the west coast here. It's a bit calmer, the water here on the Ionia Ocean side. I think it's Ionia. I'll have to put the name down there. I always forget the name of this body of water. But it's much more calmer, and you can see it out there. Now on the first day, we went to the ocean side near our place in Cisternino. Went out to the east side, got a place, I think it was Verde Beach, Green Beach is what it was called. We had an umbrella, put that up there, hung out there for a few hours on one of the free public beaches. That was pretty nice. There were some more waves there. We really enjoyed it, dipping in and out of the water. On the next day though, we decided to go to the west side of Puglia, out here to this body of water, and found this place called Togo Bay. It's a pretty cool place, a great vibe, good music, good people. Now, if you never beach vacationed in Italy, well, there are not many free public beaches. A lot of them are these places that are private, and you have to rent out a bed for the day. And it varies in price what you pay. You also have to pay to use the showers. You have to pay to play. Here, we paid 50 euro for 2 beds and an umbrella and a big table between them where we could have lunch. 50 euro for the day. That was on our first visit. We were on the second row. The next visit today is our last day in Puglia, and we went for the front row because that was all that was available with the big table. 65 euro for the day, but it was kind of worth splashing out. In fact, we enjoyed it so much on that first trip, we decided to come back here to Togo Bay on our last day. Now there's another place you might want to check out. We spent the day there in Taiga Beach. A little less money, 35 euro for 2 beds and an umbrella for the day, but the lunch cost you more there, and the vibe wasn't as good as in Togo Bay. So you make the decision. I'll put the addresses and names of those places down in the description below so you can check that out. This is July, so the rates will vary. When we get into August, the really high season, the rates could be a little bit higher. On the flip side, if you come in June, expect to pay less and expect to see less people out here. But really, you gotta get out here in Puglia. When you're in Puglia, it's all about the ocean, all about the seaside. Okay, let's talk about some other places you want to go day trips in Puglia. Now, the other day we took a trip to Alberobello, and that's basically the city of trulli. And if you don't know what a trullo is, or trulli, it's a cone-shaped house. That's a trullo. More than one cone-shaped house, trulli. So these houses, they dot the landscape in Puglia, and they're so concentrated in one area, Alberobello. And I made another video on that I'm gonna be putting up on YouTube a little bit later on. But if you want to know about these trulli shaped houses, you need to go to Alberobello and just explore the old city. And it's pretty cool. I flew my drone over it and got some awesome shots of this Alberobello, the city of trulli. The only thing was, in this period, it is super hot. It was like 35, 37 degrees when we were there, and we were there midday, so there wasn't much to do, not much shade. You couldn't cool off. So we took a walk around. I flew the drone, got some great photos, and then we got out of there down to the seaside to grab some lunch. My advice to any of these towns, if you're down here during the months of July or August, is to go in the late evening. Check them out when the sun's going down, right before the sun goes down, when the temperature is a bit lower. Now, another place I suggest you put on your list is, look at that guy right there, he's wanting to be in the video, is Ostuni. It's a cool old city near Cisterno, and so it's a short drive to Ostuni, and we're able to hang out there, see the town. And there we made the smart move by going around dinner time. We got there about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, explored a little bit of the city, and then we went right to dinner. Had a great dinner with a view of the countryside out to the ocean. Beautiful from this hilltop town of Ostuni, and it's amazing. It's one of those places where we should have spent a couple of hours exploring before dinner, but we got there kind of late, so we had to limit our exploration time and go right to dinner. But we're definitely gonna want to put Ostuni on your checklist. Now let's talk about a place to go when you want to cool off. Castellana Grotte is 3 stories underground. This huge underground space, all these rock formations. It's pretty spectacular, and it's something different than here at the coastline. It gives you another look at Puglia underground, and it's cool and crisp, around 10 to 15 degrees Celsius down there. You can spend about an hour and a half, and I think we paid €15 for our tickets. You do a tour down there. Another place you want to go, Polignano. Check it out, put it on your list. There's a famous singer there who comes from that location, and I can't sing, but he has this song called Volare. There's a huge statue to him up there. Don't laugh, I can't sing. There's a huge statue up there to him. And the first time we went to Polignano, we went to this restaurant called Grotta Palace. Now, it's a beautiful location above this grotta, as the name suggests, but has this beautiful view, and we had dinner there next to the big cliffs, the big drop-offs, the ocean. Beautiful place to have dinner. The fixed menu, the only menu you could have, was $190 per person. Now, I've been to some expensive Michelin star restaurants that were less expensive than that. This isn't a Michelin restaurant, and the food and the service was not up to standard for when you're paying $190. There, you're essentially paying for the view, so go there with that in mind, and go there with your camera, because you're gonna want to take plenty of photographs and plenty of videos from up there to make it worth your money. But when we were setting up there, we saw these boats down in the ocean looking at the cliffs, and we said we gotta come back here on another day to take a boat trip and explore all those cliffs and everything that's famous about Polignano by boat. And we did that on another day. We found this local guide, Marco, and I'm gonna put the link down below to Marco's Instagram so you can check him out. We did a 2-hour exclusive private trip for €200. Now that may sound like a lot. Hold on a second. Whew. Cooling off. That may sound like a lot, but 2 hours for €200, it's pretty cool. He was on an all-electric, solar-powered boat, no sound, no smell of motor, and you're just cruising out there along the seaside. You see all the cliffs, all the grotte that makes Polignano famous. And I put my drone up for the first time out on the ocean. Got some great views of the cliffs, spent 2 hours out there, got some sun on the boat. He included the beers and water in the price. Marco's a guy to check out, and it also gives you that view of Polignano you're gonna want. If you're gonna spend time in Puglia, if you're gonna go to Polignano, get on a boat and check it out by boat. Don't spend your money on Grotta Palace. It's not worth it. Now, before I get to the last place I want to talk about in my Puglia to-do list, I want to show you that. That's Ostuni over my left shoulder there, the old town. La Città Bianca. Tonight we're eating here, Opera Prima, a great place. I hope we're still waiting on our food. It should be pretty good. So I'm gonna walk you over here and talk about this last place you gotta see when you're in Puglia. This should be on your to-do list, trust me. It's not technically Puglia. In fact, it's over the border into the other region of Basilicata, and that's that region that's in the Arch of Italy's boot. It's in Basilicata, and it's called, and you probably know already, it's called Matera, the Città di Sassi. This is Ostuni, the Città di Bianca. Matera is the Città dei Sassi. Matera is the Città dei Sassi, and it's amazing. It's a little town that's basically carved out of rock, carved out of stone. Now, after this longer video about Puglia, I'm going to be putting up a video about Matera because it warrants a video on its own, and you'll see it. They filmed most recent James Bond film there. They filmed, I think, The Last Temptation of Christ, with Mel Gibson there. It's one of the oldest continually inhabited towns in the world. And another one of those towns is Jericho in Palestine. I visited there before. It's a cool place to see. But if you're in Puglia, if you're in a town like Ostuni or Cisterno, you gotta go to Matera. Drive, I think it's about 1 hour, hour and a half. We did a trip, we went there, we arrived around 6 o'clock, had time to walk around the town, and then we went to this Michelin restaurant. It's on the Michelin guide. It's called Dimora Olmo, and it's, oh, amazing. They have places out on the terrace overlooking part of the old city, served course after course after course. Now, earlier in this video, I talked about Grotto Palace. That place was 190 for the fixed menu. You compare that to Dimora Olmo, I think it was 90 euro. We had the middle of the range menu, and you ate so much better, and the service was over the top. You gotta go in Matera, you go dipping down, and you walk through all the old streets, and then you climb back up to the main church there, and you'll see my drone shots. I'll put the drone shots there because it shows the old city, and it's just amazing. And that really capped off the whole trip for me. A nice evening trip to Matera. It's gotta be on your list when you're in Puglia, though technically not in Puglia. It's gotta be on your list, the Puglia to-do list.